Ask and you shall receive. Today, we're shooting the 7 PRC again because you asked for it. So many of you recently have asked, where is the 7 PRC? And to that, I would say, terrific question. I haven't really thought about it all that much. And let me explain why while we get set up here. The 7 PRC is a lot of cartridge. At the muzzle, we're shooting about 3,031 feet per second, and we have about 3,200 foot-pounds of energy. Way more than any Texas whitetail deer could possibly manage. Now, obviously that's intentional. It's more than we need here in Texas. Can you hunt with it? Yeah, absolutely. Should you? Up to you. One of the things I mentioned in our last video is we've got these Nosler trophy grade 160 grain AccuBond bullets. Now again, the muzzle claims we should be getting about 3,031 feet per second out of them, so we're gonna go ahead and verify that. What we also talked about last time was, can we build it better? We're gonna start out by shooting the factory ammo. These are the Nosler 160 grain AccuBond bullets. And again, muzzle velocity is promising around 3,000 feet per second. I have got a bunch of hand loads to shoot. I've done little to no load development with this particular cartridge, and I haven't measured my max overall length. I've done little to nothing. Today we're gonna see, just off of some start off hand loads, can we develop a better group? So let's go ahead and shoot the factory rounds first. These are the Nosler 160 grain AccuBond bullet. 29.76, we're a little slow. 28.984. That was oddly low, but substantially faster. 30.20. Low. 30.10. And then this is the last one out of this batch. All right, also low. 29.83. So that last one slowed down. If I had to give you a number, just looking at it now, that's a pretty big group. All right, now, like I mentioned at the outset, we're gonna be shooting some reloads out of this. So the first powder that we're gonna be shooting is gonna be, I believe, Retumbo, but I'll put all the information up on the screen so you don't have to take my word for it. You can take the internet's word for it. We're gonna start at 64 grains. Also, these are only loaded. My first two groups are gonna be 4, and then my last two groups with this powder are gonna be 5 and 5. This is in Peterson brass, obviously large rifle Magnum primers. 28.05, 28.32, 28.37. All right, 28.39.3. So let's go up in a half grain increment. There we go, 28.21 out of that one. 28.56, we got a big jump between those two. 28.55, that was a pretty good little group there. 28.63 on the last one, 28.49 average. That is a standard deviation of 16.5 on those. 28.24, 28.59, 28.61, 28.71, 28.89, standard deviation of 21. This is all new brass, so that doesn't shock me that we're getting some crazy standard deviation numbers. This is gonna be our top load. 28.78, 28.95, that's a little bit better. 28.70, that one slowed down. 28.85, tightened her back up. All right, last one in this group. Group looks pretty good on that one. Obviously, we won't know until we get down there, but the numbers look pretty good on that one. Standard deviation of 8.3, so I love seeing those. Those are awesome. These are gonna be our second powder. I believe it's Retumbo, if I am remembering correctly. Again, we're loaded pretty conservatively. 28.79, 28.90, 28.95, or 29.08 on that one. Interesting. Standard deviation of 10.2. This is going to be half a grain up. 29.41, 29.33, 29.51. These numbers look really good. All right, that one's going to be low and right. That is definitely going to be my fault. Brass looks good on those again. Not really anything to write home about in terms of load development. I've done nothing with it so far, but average speed 29.43. That last shot was 29.43. That means our standard deviation is 5.8. So this powder, very, very consistent. So far, we've got a standard deviation of 10.2. We went up half a grain. We went from 28.95 to an average of 29.43. So we gained about 50 feet per second with half a grain. We're going to shoot the last group of Retumbo, I believe in this 7 PRC. 29.27, 29.40, 29.49, 29.66. That one jumped quite a bit. All right, last one in this group. 29.55. That one slowed down a little bit, but still pretty fast, comparatively speaking. Numbers on that one, we're looking at an average of 29.47, extreme spread of 39.3, standard deviation of 13.4, kinetic energy 3086.
Thank you for sticking around to the end on this one. So you saw the rig that we were running. It's the same 7 PRC, but we did change our suppressor. We're running the Rexel NTM MG10 on this one. A couple things about this test I think are important to know. Number one, I've never done any load workup on this 7 PRC, never measured max overall length, none of that. So we are really flying blind when it came to testing our H1000 or Retumbo on this one, but based on the results, we got some good information out of these. Now we can plug this into Gordon's reloading tool and do a little bit of a workup. So if you're interested in seeing some GRT content, I haven't worked with it in actually quite some time, but if you're interested in seeing that, let me know. I'm happy to dive into GRT and start working up a couple loads together. I think that'd be fun. Here's where I think this cartridge gets really interesting. With the 7 PRC, I think it could be a caliber that really does it all for a lot of people. Today, you saw me start sort of at the bottom based on some load data that I'd pulled from the Hornady and Nosler website to work up these for this 7 PRC. So they were pretty anemic in terms of what the PRC can do. I would expect above 3,000 with around 160 grain weight bullet. And we didn't even break that 3,000 barrier today. So huge opportunity there for the 7 PRC. You saw the energy we're putting down range on these charges. It's around 3,000 foot-pounds of energy. And so if I'm hunting whitetail in Texas, I know that I probably don't need that much energy. This could totally be a cartridge where you could do a reduced load for things like whitetail and antelope, and then load it down really heavy with some of the heavier grain weight bullets like the 170s and 180s that Burger is producing, and do a really capable elk cartridge out of it. Obviously, we didn't waste a ton of components doing this test, so that's a big one for me. I don't want to spend a whole lot of money trying to work up something if I don't know it's going to work. The 7 PRC is a fun cartridge because it covers a lot of area, and I think it could realistically be a great cartridge for so many different things. And you can see today that we definitely did it better than what you can get out of the box. That's our bit on the 7 PRC this time around. There is more that I'd like to do with this, but I'd love to get your feedback on what you want to see out of this cartridge. I think we could load up some ELDXs. As you all know, I'm a bit of a Hornady shill. Or that's how most people I think on the internet would describe me. So we could do some more loading with the ELDXs and that kind of stuff with the 7 PRC. So hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see some long range out of that one, let me know. If you have a load for the 7 PRC that you really dig, also let me know that down below. It's becoming a cartridge that I've really enjoyed loading for. And this video really turned it around for me. So again, appreciate you sticking around. I hope to see you in the next one. We'll catch you there.